Last week, the Cleveland State Vikings named their new head men's basketball coach.
And tonight he is live in studio with our Nick Camino in our Monday Sports Report.
This sports report is sponsored by the people-pleasing people at Sarah Chevrolet in Akron.
Thank you, Russ and Lena. We are so excited tonight to be joined by the new men's basketball coach of the Cleveland State Vikings, Rob Summers, who got the job and was introduced at a press conference on Friday. He's here with us. Coach, first of all, congratulations to you. This just feels so right. You were a Cleveland State assistant. Now you're back as the head man after a couple of years. The timing, it just has to feel so good for you.
It's great. It's a special feeling for me and my family to be back. You know, it's a place that's meant a lot to us and a place we've won at. So to be back in the city of Cleveland is just a phenomenal feeling for me and my wife and my kids.
Yeah, the last time Cleveland State went to the NCAA tournament, you were on the staff. You've got the secret sauce, right? You've got that recipe with Coach Dennis Gates that you're bringing back to Cleveland, right?
Yeah, I hope so. I got big shoes to fill. You know, obviously Coach Gates and, Coach D-Rob did a phenomenal job for these past, 5-6 years. So to come in, I got a lot of wins I got to produce for these guys.
So this was at your opening press conference. This is interesting because Dennis Gates, the former Cleveland State head coach, you were on his staff over at Missouri, he came back. He flew in for this. What did that mean to you?
It meant the world to me. I got choked up several times, talking about my wife, talking about my kids, and talking about Coach Gates. He had such a phenomenal influence on my career, just as in my development as assistant coach, and then obviously going to Missouri with him this year and helping him to win. But to see him fly out, and again, for a guy in the SEC, a head coach, to fly out and spend any time with you, that's a lot of money, a lot of time that he's going to be doing different things. So for him, it just meant the world for me.
It's a head coaching job. It's a big deal. It's Division I hoops. My question to you, though, is why CSU? You probably have had opportunities to go other places, interview for other jobs. Why Cleveland? Why Cleveland State, Rob?
Ohio's home. Ohio's home for me. I'm a Columbus guy. Again, obviously, my daughter being born in Cleveland, winning in Cleveland. This is home. This is a place that I feel comfortable at, a place that just makes sense for me and my family to be a part of.
It's interesting because you left Missouri, SEC, top of the universe in college basketball. What did that experience, what did that do for you to be able to come here now to Cleveland to maybe implement some of what you learned there on the biggest stage? You were on a Missouri team that beat Florida, the national champions this past season. What helped you? What did you gain from that experience in the SEC that you could hopefully bring here?
The SEC was this, again, top notch. 14 teams in tournament this year. Again, I think there's at one point in time, out of top 5 teams in the country, there was 4 teams from the SEC. So to be in there was a buzzsaw, and to learn and to be a part of that and to be offensive coordinator and the team that, the team that was 8th in the country in scoring. So you scored 84, 85 points a game. So to be a part of that, to understand there was no days off. Every game, you're playing against Alabama, then you turn around playing against Florida, and then have that experience from a assistant and to be able to run a practice. One thing that Coach Gates was phenomenal about is allowing me the opportunity to grow as a coach and to run the program and run the practices and to be behind the scenes and to go out and speak to the community and speak to donors and speak on the news and have these opportunities like I'm having with you right now.
Former head coach Gary Waters, I remember he told me years ago, he thought Cleveland State was a sleeping giant program. You got the arena, you got the big city, you go around the Horizon League. You don't have what you guys have here at Cleveland State. You go around the MAC at some places, you don't have that. Just what excites you about that opportunity, having this sleeping giant program? I'm sure you agree with Coach Waters. I know you have a relationship with him.
Oh, man, yeah. I talked with Coach Waters today. He congratulated me on the job. I'm just excited. I told him, I said, man, for me to sit in your office right now is just a true dream come true. Again, I'm not a young guy, but I feel like a little kid right now sitting in your office. But for CSU and our facilities that we have, the Wolstein Center, our practice facility, the people that we have around the program, it's a top-notch program. Again, for a mid-major program like us, I think that no one can compare to it. For the city to be behind you, for us to have Cleveland in our name, we're Cleveland State University. So that the city knows who we are, they know what type of program we are, and we're excited to have those people behind us.
Coach Rob Summers, congratulations on the job. Welcome back to Cleveland. Great to have you here. And we're excited, right? You got to fill out a roster. You got to get some assistant coaches here. A lot on Coach Summers' docket, Russ and Lena, but we are glad to have him back here in Cleveland. It all feels so right.
Yeah, we certainly are. And I know he can't hear us, but do you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Could you say M-I-Z to him and see what he says?
Russ Mitchell wants me to say to you, M-I-Z.
Z-O-U.
Z-O-U. He's got that with you,
I
Russ.
got it down packed.
The Missouri Tigers. Okay, we're going to give them some love tonight.
But we're glad you're here, Coach Summers. All right. Thank you both.
Yep.